Today's life challenge is marrying a man who doesn't love you. You're 29 years old. 11:08 p.m. A combined mortgage for 2 generations, 5,217 yuan per month. I just put the child to sleep. The bottle hasn't been washed. The kitchen sink is full of dishes. The air smells like pork rib soup with a hint of burnt coal. And there's a damp smell of urine. Half the living room lights are off. Only the warm yellow floor lamp beside the sofa remains on. The TV is on, but nobody's watching it. The time is 11:16. Finally, the door made a sound. Stand up. I took off my shoes and walked across the floor. The first sentence hasn't even been spoken yet. He's already bent down to change his shoes. I smell like alcohol all over. A strange perfume scent that isn't the wedding banquet fragrance you bought. You hesitated for a moment but still reached out to take his jacket. He dodged it with a faint remark. Don't look, don't ask, leave the child alone. Not a single word of gratitude. You follow into the kitchen and ask quietly. Have you eaten? He said. I ate out, don't ask. The stuffy air suddenly fell silent. Only the sound of the refrigerator compressor. Like someone's grinding something inside their heart. You look down at your phone, 83.4 yuan in WeChat wallet. Balance due is 3,172. The child's milk powder will run out the day after tomorrow. You want to say marinated in oil back. 1:24 a.m. You're lying by the bed, with the child sleeping in the middle. He has his back to you, and his phone screen stays on. You can smell the cigarette on him. There's also a very subtle women's scent. You pretended to be asleep but heard him lower his voice to send a voice message. But didn't ask a single question. Because you're afraid, and even more afraid of the answer. Child has a fever of 39 degrees 3 months later. 2:47 a.m. Hospital emergency room. The entire publishing hall is supposedly being disinfected. You held me all night, now my arm's gone numb. Called her 11 times. No one answered. In the end, you'll only know one sentence. Have the meeting again. 7:13 in the morning. You came home with dark circles under your eyes. She sat at the table wearing a shirt. Having breakfast again. As if nothing happened. You finally couldn't help it. The child had a fever all night. You haven't made a single phone call. She didn't even look up. Just say one sentence. Didn't you survive? The air suddenly fell silent. Your nose suddenly felt a little tingly. Yet he still went to warm up the milk for her. Because you know. If you argue. 12:26 p.m. You're passing by the mall. I saw a dress. $239. You've been staring for a long time. He turned around and bought him a tie. $468. It's his birthday next week. You always think that. Maybe you weren't gentle enough. Not mature enough. Not good at soothing a man. That's why he doesn't love you. In the evening, he opened the gift box and took a look. Speak. Don't spend recklessly next time. Turn around and put it on the lowest shelf of the cabinet. You suddenly feel that. I'm like someone desperately striving. But the other person doesn't like sweets at all. Later, you started to notice some things. He brings his phone into the shower. Changed the password 3 times. Business trips are becoming more frequent. The sound of a WeChat notification plays through the speaker. He'll immediately turn the screen off. 10:38 p.m. He's taking a shower. My phone fell into the sofa. Suddenly, there was a flash of light on his back. I miss you. Followed by a heart. The profile picture is of a young girl. Your heartbeat suddenly went offbeat. My hands are a little shaky. Go in and click. The chat history has been cleared. Only transfer 520. Forever love 1314. Also, hotel expenses. My mind just went blank. The bathroom water is gushing loudly. You're sitting there. My hands are all sweaty. It felt like being slapped in the face. It hurts and feels full. The door opened. He came out while drying his hair. I saw you with your phone. His face suddenly darkened. Who told you to touch my things? Second one? Are you sick or something? Third sentence. Why are you so annoying now? You're trembling as you look at it. Do you have someone else? It was silent for 2 seconds, then suddenly laughed. It's extremely cold, even with. So what? You're frozen solid. Suddenly fell into freezing water. He said, look at you now. Kids, chores, pajamas. That night, you sat on the bathroom floor. The icy floor is making my feet ache, tears keep falling. Outside, it's sleeping very quietly. As if nothing had happened. You're starting to change. Before, when you came home late at night, you'd heat up dinner for him. Now you only keep one sentence. It's in the pot. You used to ask if I was tired today. Now you start to remain silent. But strangely, the less you ask him, the more agitated he becomes. 9:42 p.m. The child is assembling the chicken model in the living room. He suddenly tossed the car keys onto the table. The sound is very low. What do you mean by that lately? Who are you showing that pale face to? You looked up for the first time and didn't go along with him. Just say one thing. I'm tired. The air suddenly fell silent. He's staring at you. Just like I don't know him her. Then gave a cold laugh. The ones who spend my money are the most exhausting. That remark cut really deep. Because you suddenly remembered. 5 years after marriage. It's getting harder to ask for money since you quit your job to take care of the kids. I have to explain myself even when buying a lipstick. The next day. 4:18 p.m. I'll go pick up the kids from school. The teacher kept you after class. Speak in a very low voice. The child has been saying lately that. Is dad not loving mom anymore? You lost your balance for a moment. I'm sending out emptiness for you. The child suddenly grabbed your leg. Whispered, Mom. Is dad abandoning us? You crouched down, about to say it's not. My throat feels blocked. I can't say a single word. Finally, you found the evidence at night. Hotel reservation. The travel restaurant also has a photo. The girl is sitting in the passenger seat. A young and beautiful woman laughing joyfully. And you recognized it. That was your wedding anniversary last year. She said, working overtime at the company. At that moment, you suddenly feel that you're especially ridiculous. You ordered the cake alone. Wait until midnight. The child is asleep. The bamboo has finished falling. You're still fooling yourself. A man is just a cat. What really embarrasses you is at your cousin's wedding. Hotel banquet hall, 12:17 p.m. The light is really bright. The air is filled with the scent of champagne and perfume. Only a lonely table at the Chinchi. That dress you bought last year is a bit tight, isn't it? Just as I sat down, 21 suddenly asked with a smile. Did your husband get a promotion recently? You were about to answer. The cousin beside me suddenly borrowed a line. What promotion? I saw it on my feed too. The air suddenly fell silent. Your heart suddenly sank. What? My cousin handed me the phone. A photo on the screen. Shopping mall. Your husband is holding that girl's hand. Holding the strap of the baby mat bag. The photo was taken by a mutual friend. Caption. I ran into a colleague and their family of 3. Truly happy. There are already several comments from relatives in the comments section. Someone posted a province and month number. Someone asked, isn't that so-and-so's husband? My head started buzzing. People nearby started murmuring quietly. No way. We already have a child. He doesn't know yet. Are your ears warm? Let people watch. Just then, the door opened. He came in. The suit is sharp. The girl standing next to me. The belly is slightly bulging. The whole place suddenly fell silent. He paused for a second when he saw you. The first sentence was actually, why are you here? That girl instinctively linked arms with her. You look down and find your hand waiting. I almost grabbed that water cup too. Someone whispered. Original wife, right? So tragic. You suddenly feel extremely embarrassed. It feels like being torn apart layer by layer in the middle of a crowd. In the end, you didn't say a word. Just went to the restroom. Once you lock the cubicle door and crouch on the floor. High heels are rubbing against my heel. It hurts so much it's all numb. Tears fell onto the floor tiles. Drop by drop. But the phone screen lit up. It sent it. One sentence. Stop messing around. The divorce came 6 months later. The division of property happened very quickly. The house was bought before marriage. The car is financed. I have almost no savings. Child, daughter. The monthly alimony is $2,500. But I often procrastinate. You're moving back to the old neighborhood. 6th floor, no elevator. The monthly rent is $1,300. The window lets in a draft in winter, and the toilet has a sewer smell coming back up. There's a smell of coal in the closet. The child is coughing in the middle of the night, so you carry them to the hospital. The registration fee is 73 yuan. You stare at the remaining balance of just 126 yuan. 3:16 a.m. The hospital director is very cold. The child falls asleep on your lap, and you suddenly realize. There's no one left in my contacts to call. Those relatives used to say, you chose this yourself. My circle of friends is getting smaller. Because everyone thinks that. People who fail in marriage always have issues. Once you worked part-time at a supermarket. Adjusting prices while wearing formal attire. Suddenly saw him with his family pushing a shopping cart. The girl is holding a baby. He lowered his head and smiled, very patiently. That's a version of you that hasn't been seen in many years. Stand behind the shelf. My hand suddenly trembled. The milk almost fell on the floor. It turns out he knows how to love. I just don't love you. 1 year later, at 10:22 p.m. The kid is asleep. The rental apartment is very quiet. The wind blows the window with a soft sound. The just settled accounts are on the table. Rent, tutoring fees, and utility bills. I'm short another $2,180 next month. The phone suddenly vibrated once. A message from an unknown number. How's it going? You were stunned for a few seconds. It's him. My head hurts from laughing. The last post on my moments was 6 months ago. You didn't reply, then another message came 10 minutes later. She's gone, and the child isn't mine. I want to see you and the kids. You've been staring at the screen for a long time. Someone is setting off fireworks outside the window. I really want to. The child turned over. A secret call. Mom, look down. I saw a drawing of a family of 3 by the bedside, which she made when she was little. The crayons have all faded. The phone lit up again. One sentence. I was the one who wronged you before. You didn't cry, and you didn't delete it either. Just got up to turn off the living room light. Then placed the phone face down on the table. 1,000 lights, a single drop, the branching of love without sorrow.